MK1 is around the corner, and this is shaping up to be one of the best rosters ever in a Mortal Kombat game. A lot of good ones included, but let's discuss the cameo roster. This is what we have so far. I'm gonna tell you which ones I think were good, which ones were mid, characters that shouldn't even have made it in. People, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Let's go. Let's start from that end. Goro. Of course, there's no Shokans on the main roster, so yes, we can accept Goro as a cameo. But let's be real here. This should have been Kintaro. No questions asked. The character hasn't been around for 1,000 years. This should have been Kintaro's spot. Easy fix, give Goro a Kintaro skin. Simple as. It's not like they play that much different. Even though it would have been pretty cool for Kintaro to come in and just flame down his opponent. You know, like what he did to Cabal. That would have been cool, but he's not here, so at least put him as a skin. We accept Goro as a cameo. Again, decent cameo. Let's move on. Stryker. Good cameo. A lot of people were excited to see Stryker back, even as a cameo. This is a good choice. I wonder what his fatality is gonna be like. That MK3 one, where he ties a bomb to you and just covers his ears and you explode. Either way, put in his Armageddon costume. Good cameo. Moving on. Jax, Sonya, Kano. We're just gonna address all three of them at once. And I will applaud and give credit where credit is due. Thank God. Thank God you rested some characters. We are sick and tired of seeing the same characters over and over again. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't need to see Kano for the next decade. This character is played out. He got his best sending off in Snowblind. That's it. We do not need to see him again anytime soon. Thank goodness for resting some of these characters. Now someone like Astra can get a spot. Someone like Havoc can get a spot. That's how it works. Give other characters a chance. So I am 100% down with this. Good job in putting these guys on the bench. Well done. This is where they needed to be. Moving on. Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Now I'm not a fan of characters being repeated. You're already on the main roster, now you're taking up 2 slots on the cameo roster. But here's the thing, these are the 2 most popular characters in the game. So of course there's gonna be a demand for these characters. A lot of people are gonna instantly pick Sub-Zero teaming up with the old school Sub-Zero. Scorpion teaming up with old school Scorpion. We get it, and it makes sense because there's gonna be a fan demand for that, clearly. But me personally, I would have just add these skins in the main roster characters. But I get it from a tag team perspective. You damn sure know that all the fans are gonna wanna pick Fire and Ice. Arguably the most popular team people are gonna choose, so I get that appeal and switch them around. Mortal Kombat 2 Kung Lao. Yeah, this didn't need to be here. This is a waste of a slot. This should have easily went to the great Kung Lao. Everyone knows this. You skipped his story. You should have at least put him in as a cameo. Wasted opportunity right there. How awesome would the team of the great Kung Lao and Kung Lao be? Kung Lao is cameo as the great Kung Lao. And here's the thing, you can't just swap his skin because the great Kung Lao didn't fight with a hat. Now as far as I know, did he teleport? He was a straight martial artist. So even if you give him a skin in this Kung Lao's cameo, it's not really the great Kung Lao, is it? But hey, I guess it's better than nothing. And the only appeal here for Kung Lao being here is picking the Shaolin monks. That's it. Again, some of these slots were kind of wasted. Moving on. Cyrax and Sektor. To be honest, I thought they were going to be on the main roster. So if they make it a main roster, they damn sure better make it as cameos. 100% down with this. No debate. No one would argue that they shouldn't have made it at least as cameos. These characters are awesome. Frost. She's mid. I mean, I suppose. Again, Sub-Zero and Frost, good little team. She could have taken a rest. She was just in MK11, but hey, I ain't mad at it. Now this one threw everyone for a loop. No data miner, no streamer, no YouTuber, no leaker, no one predicted Darius. Not a single soul. Really a deep cut. I'm still surprised he's in the game now, right now. What? Darius made it? Wow. And what's interesting here is, even though his cameo might not even be canon, his story is actually incorporated into Havoc. In fact, now that I think about it, considering they're switching storylines around, merging realms and shit, check this out. Punished for a crime. That was Dairu. And that's the only thing that relates to Dairu in this bio. Turned into a rebel and wants to destroy order. That is Darius. That is Darius's story. Wants to cause complete chaos. That is Havoc's story. It's almost like they took elements from 3 characters and merged it into one. It's almost like they looked at it like, Dairu's a dud, Darius was a dud. Let's just fuse them together and try to come up with one badass character. And if Havoc now comes in and jobs out straight away, well, that's the end of these guys, right? Talent enhancement. But hey, to the 6 Darius fans out there, you're over the moon right now. You have his old shtick, his old gimmick incorporated into Havoc, and of course you have his skin as the cameo, who has moves, a fatality. In fact, what do you think his fatality is gonna be? Please God, hope it's not that shit one. Maybe they've updated it, but hey, probably gonna have many different skins. And I tell you what, I'm gonna give Darius a spin. See what I did there? Moving on. Motaro, 10 out of 10. The cameo system was literally designed to put this character in the game. We hadn't seen him for years. God knows what his skins are gonna be like, because he hardly had any, because he hardly ever featured in any game. Barely any appearances, thank goodness. I was more excited about Motaro and Shujinko than I was for Sindel and Shao Kahn. Awesome cameo. Shujinko, like I said, the 2 most exciting cameos on this list were Shujinko and Motaro. For me, anyways. And I actually called this in my cameo list that I wanted like 2 months ago. Let's have a look. If the guy can't get a cameo in the story and can't be on the main roster, have him as a cameo fighter. You want novelty, right? You want throwbacks? This man was a star of arguably the best Mortal Kombat game ever, Mortal Kombat Deception. At least put him in the game. I do not need to sell you on him. Done plenty of videos on the guy. The lore to back him up. And if Onaga is the big bad, well, there you go. I would like her to make the main roster, but if she doesn't, you gotta put Sareena as a cameo fighter. If she doesn't make this game none at all, that's disgraceful. Yup, so your boy was spitting them facts from day one. Glad the character's here, want to see his costumes, have him as a young boy, middle-aged, old, that would be fine. Want to see what his new fatality looks like. Interesting stuff. Good inclusion, okay? Sareena, that was a given. I thought she would make the main roster, but if she doesn't, glad she's a cameo, as long as she's in the game. Obviously a good inclusion, she deserves it. There's one last slot, no one knows who the hell that is. Let's just hope it's not a repeating character. Of course, the word on the MK streets is shitty meat. Are you serious right now? Oh hell no. Ain't no one checking for no shitty meat. Do not waste that slot on a stupid character. You have plenty of good choices. The great Kung Lao, Kai. Hell, King Jared if you didn't body him before the game started. So who could this last slot be? You know what? I think I'll do a poll after this video. People, is it meat? Is it noob? Is it Cetrion? Is it your girl Chronica? Who the hell is it? But yeah, people, rate this cameo list out of 10. Like I said, some good picks here. Who would you have replaced? Who would you have included? And who's the last slot?